What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So as you can tell by the title, the whole situation with Topspin and Twin Twist the last, close to 10 years now, basically since Titan's Return, has been super strange. Hasbro has handled these two characters really weird, at least in my opinion, and I know for a fact I'm not the only one out there in the fandom that thinks this, because I can't remember if it was Twin Twist or Topspin or both, but those figures are so hard to find. And they were short packed, I think, when they originally came out during Titan's Return. One of them came out during, or both of them possibly, if I remember correctly, came out during the last couple waves of Titan's Return. So usually that means that they get harder to find as time goes on. We were all hoping once we got those listings for the Wreckers subline back in late 2021, early 2022, I think it was, that when we saw this Topspin, or was it Twin Twist that got released? I can't remember. I just looked it up. It was Twin Twist who got released in the Legacy Wreckers line. So now we're getting Topspin this year. It's been 3 years since that Twin Twist. You would think because of how hard it is for Diaclone repaints to sell, and for how rare and kind of out there they are in terms of how many people would want Diaclone repaints, especially nowadays. I'm sure a lot of G1 fans love Diaclone repaints, but it seems like they're not really too popular in the Transformers community. It just seems super random to me that we would get these before the regular G1 releases, especially since they're all about re-releasing harder to find figures the last few years, and especially when the regular painted versions of them are the ones that people are asking for. I cannot find a single soul on the planet of Earth that have been asking for a Diaclone Topspin and Twin Twist to be released since we got those Titans Return figures 8 years ago. It's just super weird to me that Hasbro chose this after waiting all these years to reissue Topspin to do the Diaclone version that really, frankly, no one cares about. I know a lot of people out there do like Diaclone repaints, but let's be real. The majority of fans would rather want their regular colors as opposed to some obscure Diaclone repaint of these two characters. And the fact that we're getting these two, as I guess I'm using air quotes here, reissues of these figures instead of just their regular versions, and then they could go back and do the Diaclone repaints as an exclusive, or do them in the main line, however they want to do it, or Gen Selects, really feels backwards to me for these characters. And maybe, I'm just speculating here, this is a theory that I just thought of while recording this, maybe they're doing the Titans Return molds and releasing them as Diaclone repaints, so a few years from now they could go back and redo Twin Twist first again as a new mold in whatever it's going to be, either Age of the Primes or whatever the subline is going to be called by that time. Do it as a new mold, as either a bigger deluxe or a Voyager class, so they could still make money off this older mold while not really kind of flooding the market with C D-list character that's on an outdated body mold, because they do have plans to remake these characters as a new mold a few years down the line. Maybe that's what Hasbro is thinking behind them doing these Diaclone repaints instead as the reissues for these Titans Return molds. Or maybe they're just being weird with their decision making, and they're being super obscure for these characters for whatever reason, and they don't have any plans for new molds for Topspin or Twin Twist at some point. These are just the versions that they chose to reissue for these hard-to-find figures. And maybe a few years down the line, we are going to get the regular colored versions of these guys that are still the Titans Return molds. But at the same time, once we potentially get those regular colored versions of them, it's going to be over 10 years since those molds came out in Titans Return. And they're going to be especially outdated by that time when you get into the late 2020s or 2030 even. So, I don't know, just the whole situation with it in these two figures seems super strange to me, in a way that their plan with these characters, I don't know what their reasoning is behind this, because Again, it really doesn't seem like too many people care about Diaclone versions of Topspin and Twin Twist, and the fact that they waited over 3 years to re-release Topspin in the Diaclone colors instead of just getting it out within a year and just getting it over with. So then by the time of this year, we could finally get the regular colored versions. Just made a lot more sense to me instead of stringing fans along for these boring Diaclone repaints that no one cares about, when they could have just knocked out those two repaints that same year or at least a year after, and then by this time, by now, we could have gotten the regular colored versions released. That's how I think about it, at least, and I'm sure a lot of fans out there are thinking the same way, that why wait all this time, over 3 years, just to get the Diaclone version of Topspin, when it could have just been done that same year or year after, and we could have been getting the regular versions as either the reissues of the Titans Return or just a new mold in general that would have fit a lot better with the modern day standards of a Generations figure, you know, with ankle pivot, better engineering, better plastic quality. And I don't know, I just don't know what the future of these characters holds with them doing these Diaclone releases, and it really doesn't make much sense to me. But yeah, guys, I don't want to ramble on too much longer. Just an odd situation with these two characters right now. Who knows what Hasbro has planned with the regular colored versions, because I'm sure they're going to do it at some point. But whether they're going to be re-releases of over 10-year-old molds at that point, or new versions, which would make a lot more sense, is up in the air at this point. But yeah, guys, let me know down in the comments below. How do y'all feel about the re-releases of Twin Twist and Topspin the last couple years? Do you think Hasbro handled it well, doing the Diaclone repaints here instead of just the regular versions that everybody cares about, or do you not? All my social medias are linked down below, including my email if you guys want to hit me up about business inquiries, if you want to message me about whatever, or if you want to commission a diorama from me, because I make dioramas for people for their stop motions, photography, or your regular display shelves in your homes. You could either hit me up on any of my social media accounts, or you could just email me and we can work out a deal. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye!